One thing I've been like having a hard time explaining to my son is women have the last say. So when you're up against a woman and it's you versus her, unfortunately, a lot of the times people are going to side with that woman. And that's a really tough conversation to like navigate with my son because I feel like how do you tell a boy even if a girl hits you, yeah, you really can't hit her back. You have to hold, you have to have restraint. You have to, talk like how you telling a person how to react when
Especially when
it's
the
a
other person could be
reaction
dead wrong.
when it
They
literally
could
be
be
dead wrong.
dead
Like,
wrong.
it just hurt my feelings a little to see like, damn, this is I do pray different for my son. I do have to explain things differently because he's not always gonna understand and sometimes these things can come from a toxic masculine place. It's hard to say if a girl lies on you, they're gonna believe it. It's hard to tell a boy child that because it's like, how are we teaching right from wrong? Where's the justice in those situations?
Some of us came from close out of cavalry. Some people are stand up and rise. Some people are sit and cry.
What's good? This is like Wild Boy Mom's struggle. The part that she was talking about where girls lie, and if a girl lies on you, they're going to believe the girl, and having a hard time with that. A lot of times when boys are young, like before teenage years, you get the, you know, keep your hands to yourself, don't hit girls, be a good person, be a nice person, don't be truthful, don't lie on people. And the confusion comes by the time they hit teenage years and they deal with other people. They deal with girls and girls lie. You know what I'm saying? Girls get violent. And the mothers have a hard time going, listen, I know what I told you about girls 5, 6 years ago was true, but when girls hit this certain age, this is the type of stuff that they do, and this is the type of stuff that they can get away with. And the boy mom struggle with that because that's the type of stuff that they've done a lot of times, and you don't want their son questioning their morals and their ability to let's just say generate chaos, right? So it's like you got these guys in all these compromising positions, and then you also don't want, like, when something happens with a woman, and you see it in social media. Now there's this split where we're not going to do. You got one side, we're not doing believe all women no more, and you got another side, protect women, right? And the clash is that concept of you can't justify all of this unjustifiable bad behavior with the umbrella of she's a girl, she's a woman. Um, and you see it because, like, the thing with India Ari and the City Girls and Luke stepping in, right? It's like, bro, there's a segment of women out here who believe they can do the most dysfunctional things and still hide under the umbrella of I'm a woman. And under the same umbrella, under the same umbrella as women who are actually functional and not dysfunctional. And you have this clash. And then you have the boys and men looking like, okay, so lying is wrong, but if she lies, it's believable until they catch her in a lie, but nothing happens to her. Okay. But if I lie, it's wrong. Right. If she hits me and hits other people, she's not abusive. She's just emotional. But if I hit her, I'm abusive. Gotcha. You know, if she damages my property or sabotages my successes or sabotages my future, it's a oops, she's a woman. It's okay. There's no consequences. But if I do that, I'm going to jail. and these boy moms have a hard time, like, yeah, now, because how, after all of that, how am I supposed to trust and respect women? How? Because because what happens is you want all girls and women to be trusted and believed and protected and fought for, and then when you see a segment of them veering off and being just debaucherous, you want the constant isolated incident treatment, like, oh, she's just a lone wolf. Oh, she just did that. Oh, she just did that. And what happens is that list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and that young man has other young men friends, and their list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and they ain't dealing with the same people. So then it's like, what am I supposed to tell them? Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Tell them that, a female can participate in criminal activity in a general sense by the public. All she has to do is cry and bat her eyes and blame it on any man, like, the cops. Oh, how did when they mess with us? There's somebody fit the description. That's all women have to do. A man fits the description, and it gives her a bridge to absolve her of all her deeds. And then, especially with single mothers, they don't want to have that conversation with their son, like, did you do this type of stuff to my dad? Because a lot of times what happens is, um, there are a lot of quote unquote boy moms who it was all good before they had a son, whether it be their first child or not, but it was all good before they had a son. All of the stuff that they was cool with doing, using men, manipulating men, playing men, being violent with men, all of that stuff that they had a great grand time doing. They hit a point, and it's like, oh, now I gotta watch somebody do this to my son with the same amount of glee. And I done told this boy that there are just good people out here, but I also told him to watch out for the men. I told him to watch out for the bad men, but I didn't tell him to watch out for the bad women. So now he's got his blinders on, and he's got his blinders on, and you can see it coming from a mile away. But sometimes you mothers will protect all women, and then your son gets hit with whatever, and then it's like, I should have chose my child over feminism or down with the patriarchy. You know, even when you have the baby mama issue, you've seen it where the mother plays games, the son is raised by the mother who plays games, then the son has a kid, and now mama becomes grandma, and all the games she was playing, now her son going through them, and she's just gonna sit there. Well, she's a woman, she's a mother, she's wrong, and it's like, you did the same stuff though. Uh, a lot of times it's that backlash. It's I don't want you to see me any other way. So I would rather tell you a half truth, which is a lie, to make me look good, even if it sabotages your future dealing with women. And and then I'll say this: the other thing about it is, it looks like a lot of these boy moms are still fighting with the sisterhood. Because the ones that got daughters, whether that be the men or the women, the parents that have daughters, they don't. A lot of times when their daughter's out of pocket, they don't really check them. So the family enables the bad behavior. A boy comes along, he's the scapegoat for her bad behavior. The family just acts like it doesn't happen, and the mother's sitting there like, and who's thrown under the bus is the son, and everybody knows what's going on, and the boy's the only one that has to figure it out because it's not just the the simple relationship between boy and girl. It's the societal um, parachute, that women are given, while everybody knows she's in the wrong. And the best answer you got is, "Well, she's a woman." And it's like, bro, now not only do I not mess with her, I don't want to mess with none of y'all because y'all wanted to play this game like it would exist doesn't exist. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Tell me what you think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.